This was the first time in my trip that I felt like I was traveling to places like I had never even seen before. I'm starting in Illinois today, on my way to St. Louis. If you're just tuning in, I'm on my way and a mad dash across the country headed over to Montana. Just a few more states in my path, although at this point, this is where it starts to change. I had planned to meet up with some people on my trip across the country, but now I have a mission to fix the solar panels. A good friend of mine lives around here, but I'll have to double back around this side of the country another time, sadly. July 21st, 2017 is the day that I'm doing this trip. The video lag is a bit behind. I like to have a bit of a backlog of content in case I can't go on an adventure for a few days or so. I've been reading Ayn Rand's book, The Fountainhead. It's a long one, like 800, 900 pages or so. And of course, by reading, I mean listening to on audiobook. Although, at this time in my trip, I think I was actually listening to Norm Macdonald's stand-up. He's one of my all-time favorite, and his autobiography, based on a true story, a memoir, is fantastic. I definitely recommend it. If you're curious, and I know future me will be, I have about 30 to 40 YouTube subscribers around this time that I'm filming this. Taking a quick peek into the future, at the time this video is released, January of 2018, we're at around 1,600. Although if I keep putting out more of these vlogs, I'm sure that number will go back down to 40 soon. Alright, goodbye St. Louis. That was fun being there for 5 minutes. Look at these bathroom stalls. Look how short they are. You just lean over and like I'm pretty sure if I sat down, like my head would pop over this. The doors are taller. Why am I getting 13 volts and it's not charging? I had 17 volts earlier. Crossed into South Dakota. I don't know. I guess they're just famous for big open plains. I don't think anybody really knows anything about South Dakota other than Mount Rushmore. I don't know. Have you ever met anyone from South Dakota? No. South Dakota's a myth. This is just one big open field. It's like an error. Like a rendering error when someone was building out the United States. They're like, well, what do we put here? And it's like, well, we already ran out of stuff. Well, what do we put? And they're just like, put a bunch of just blank fields. And that's what it is. Looks like we got some hills. We got a water tower. Looks like a factory. Some farmland. Yep, it looks like the region's largest Corvette dealer is around here. The new Stingrays look awesome. That's it. South Dakota is so empty and the roads are so straight that the speed limit is actually higher than I feel comfortable driving this van. It's like 85 is the speed limit, and like I'm thinking I really shouldn't go more than 75 in this van. I mean, it's pretty top heavy. I don't think you can see it, but that's a giant quarry. I've never seen a quarry in real life. That's pretty cool. I don't know, like rocks or something that they're getting out of the ground. I have no idea what it is, but it's cool. Do you want to know what's fun? It's driving west while the sun is setting for 4 hours. Yeah. How close the cows are. What am I doing? Why am I out here? Overlooking the Missouri River near Chamberlain, South Dakota. It's a sculpture on a bluff. 50 feet high. It's Sacagawea, right? Yeah. No. I actually think it's supposed to be just a generic indigenous Indian woman. I think the Lewis and Clark Trail is more west. But then again, they had to cross somewhere to get to the coast, right? Well, this shows you how much I know about this. I thought this trip was supposed to make me smarter, not show how little I know. But I guess that's kind of the same thing. As I was taking this picture, a teenage girl and her mom came up, and the teenager said, "Excuse me, sir, could you take our picture?" And that's when I realized that I was old. Beautiful sunsets. And as soon as I crossed the river, it went from flat plains to this very hilly geography. I don't even know how to describe it. It looked beautiful. I wish I had more footage of it, but it got dark so quickly that you just can't see it. Around now was the first time in my trip that the place I was driving felt different. It's hard to explain, but this biome feels really different than where I've been so far. It feels like, so I've been to Iceland, and I don't know, it feels like I'm in Alaska or something. Like, there's so few cars, there's so few stops, there's no civilization. It feels like I'm in space. It's so weird. You literally see nothing. There's a bit of a road. Every once in a while there's a car. There's barely any stops. There's really no city. The next real big city is like 70 miles away. There's a city called Wall in 20 miles. We'll see what that's like. I'll probably pull over there, see if there's some place to stay the night. I was gonna go the whole distance to Ridge City, but maybe not because it's pretty far away. Oh, that looks like a truck stop up there. I might try and grab some of that. So this has been the most interesting state, I think. One, because it started out the most boring thing I've ever seen. Two, then I was like, oh wow, look at the river and the cliffs, it's awesome, the sunset was beautiful. And then now it's so weird. I feel like I'm on another planet. It's just so dark. I feel like maybe I'm in the Arctic Circle, or I'm in Alaska, like just all on my own. I mean, you can see other cars go by. I mean, I'm not the only one on the road, but it just feels so weird. There's no Walmarts around here for many, many miles. So I'm just going to pull off at the first place that looks like civilization and get some sleep. Oh, and I know what you're thinking. And yes, I do eventually get a better microphone for the road vlogs. If you want to see some cool stuff, check out the links in the description for the rest of the social media stuff. It's neat. You should check it out. I don't like to have all my stuff on YouTube because they're very touchy. They like to delete anyone who has a sense of humor. So it's good to diversify.